So, I just got out of seeing Markiplier's first major movie, that being Iron, based on the indie game of the same name. So, in this review, I will be talking about the good, the bad, and my final thoughts on the film. Also, this video is in no way to hate on Markiplier at all. In fact, I'm going to praise him a little bit in the beginning right now, saying how this was a major accomplishment for him personally, not only starring, but writing, directing, and self-distributing it, while next to big box office directors in movies such as a movie made by Sam Raimi and Melania Trump's movie, which I might do a review on that. I don't want to, but maybe I'll do it. Not only that, this was a major accomplishment for the film industry and all. This is an indie film based on an indie game with a YouTuber as the lead star, which is great for the future of film, because maybe that'll make future studios think about other YouTubers acting in their films, maybe more indie games getting more recognition and getting their own live action adaptations, such as Mouthwashing, No I'm Not a Human, some other games like that. And not only that, on the indie film industry as well, especially since this was self-distributed, no major studio was attached. This was put in theaters by Markiplier himself, which is such a major accomplishment. Without further ado, let's get into my review, but also make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe, and let's get into it. Also, major spoilers for Iron Lung if you haven't seen it already. I highly suggest you see it before this review, because I will be talking about spoilers a lot. First, let's start out with the good. The film was bloody. Now, I'm not a big fan of gore in movies. Not that I'm sensitive to it personally, it just turns me off when there's a lot of gore in a movie, like needless gore, especially in Terrifier. That's why I don't like those movies so much. However, this feels different. You know that it's an ocean of blood. You see like a little bit of droplets coming, and you don't really get to see like the heavy amounts of blood until around the third act of the film, which it's just a ton of. But even then, it's still impressive what they were able to do. Not only that, I also want to give props to the acting. Markiplier was surprisingly good in his role. He put his all into that acting. I've never seen that good of acting like in a movie in a long time. Like, he went full actor mode in that movie. It was just so impressive. Plus the rest of the supporting cast, which major props to them. The prop and set design was also great. I love the eeriness of the Iron Lung, which is the name of the ship that they're in. I love how run down and rusty it feels. It feels like something that would easily break down, which it does in the third act. It just feels so great. It was so terrific. Not to mention the camera angles and the lighting and the shots was also really impressive. I also loved the feel of how small the ship would and how it shake so much when there was a giant monster nearby. It just felt so cool. And that's really all my positives for the film. Now this is going to be where my negatives come in. Now, my first major negative of the film is the plot. The plot, let me give a quick rundown of the plot real quick. The plot is that in the distant future, an event took place known as the Silent Rapture, where every major star and planet in the universe seemingly just disappeared or died out, and only a few humans are still alive in this dark vastness of space. And now the main character, Simon, played by Markiplier, is a prisoner, and he is going to be granted freedom if he joins this little experiment where they found a blood ocean in the universe, and they want to extract it to what it has or study it. So they have him go inside the Iron Lung to check it out. Now, And now and he only has one camera, which if he clicks a button, it takes a picture outside, and that's his only way to see what's happening around him. And he ends up seeing all these monsters, and then he starts going insane and stuff like that. It's really, it's pretty, it's unique, I would say. And then at the end of the movie, the ship fills up with blood. He starts to drown in it. He loses his arm. It starts corrupting him, and then he gets eaten by the monster. I left out a lot of details, but that's the main plot, really. Now, this plot isn't a bad one. It's just, I felt really lost, and I didn't really understand it. There were the reason why I left out a lot of details is because I didn't really understand what was happening in the film, and sometimes I was missing key details. It was just really weird, in my opinion. I just maybe it was too vastly different. I feel like if I were to rewatch it, maybe I would understand it a little bit more, but I didn't really understand it that much. Second, which is probably my biggest complaint, it's marketed as a horror film. Didn't really scare me. I don't often get scared either, but I really didn't feel myself getting scared at times. It just didn't feel that much like a horror film, if you know what I'm saying. It just, that's kind of a negative. And then my third negative is the pacing. Oh my god, it felt slow. It felt so slow going from the beginning, middle, and end. Maybe that's just my iPad kid, brain rot, fucking short attention span. It took forever for me to get through this film. But yeah, that's really all my negatives for the film, and now time for my overall review. Now time for my final thoughts. This movie I enjoyed a lot. I love Markiplier. I grew up watching him, and I thought it was a blast. It has its problems, yes, but was it bad? No. I've also seen better movies, in my opinion. I'm not gonna sound like an asshole where I mean like, oh, I've seen better award-winning stuff. No, I'm not like that. But I have seen better movies than that. I've seen better horror movies. So I think I'm gonna give it a 6 out of 10. It's not that bad. It wasn't anything spectacular, but I enjoyed it a lot. It was just okay. That's the best way I could describe it. It was okay, and it was a fun time. I also did like the little photo cards of everybody who worked on it. That was really fun as well. But yeah, that is going to be the end of my review. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss a video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.